All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back. We are here at Quarantine Qitchen Happy Hour now. We have taken care of our chicken, and now we're ready to have a little wine and relax a little bit, and maybe talk a little bit about the farm and everything. We got Amy Grabish here at Grabish Farm, and she put together a beautiful little yet casual spread here. But it is just beautiful. I love how simple and delicious everything looks, and wholesome and rustic. I love it. So what do we got going here?
Well, first things first, what's in our glass is Harmeyer Cellars St. Ray SRV Chenin Blanc. So Chenin Blanc grown in Clarksburg.
All right.
Craig Harmeyer is, I would call him a bit of a winemaker celebrity in the Sacramento region. He does a lot of wines. He makes a bunch of different Chenin Blancs, several from Clarksburg region. His winery is in the old Harbor Winery in West Sacramento. He's a good friend too. So always happy to support locals, support a friend, and it just also happens to be some awesome wine.
I love this wine. I was just telling Amy that whenever my wife and I go over to Magpie, we get this wine. They got it on the menu over there. So delicious stuff, super easy to drink, so refreshing. I love this stuff. Right?
I love wine.
What else have we got going on here?
Okie doke. So this is goat's milk ricotta. I made it probably about 2 hours ago, maybe. So raw goat's milk, but you bring it up to just under boiling, and then add some acid to it, which is white vinegar in this case. Some salad burnet, which is green. You can put it into your salad, and some calendula petals, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, sea salt, and extra virgin olive oil.
Super easy to make, right? It's really not hard to make. And really a good thing if you've got some milk around the house, make some ricotta out of it. You have too much milk, it's going to go bad. Before it goes bad, make some ricotta out of it. So you actually know who made the milk for this cheese.
I do.
Don't we? We know who this is.
Miss LaFonda is out in the back somewhere.
Miss LaFonda. And everybody on the farm has their own name. Like everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
There's
okay.
different levels of...
Okay. But most of them do. Even our rooster had a name for a couple of days.
Rooster Mooster.
Rooster Mooster. He was christened with a name just for a day or two there. And he wore it well, if I may say.
Yeah.
Yes. Was he keeping you up all night?
It didn't even notice it.
Didn't even
like,
register.
Wait a second, because we've had roosters before.
Yeah.
It just adds to the cacophony of everything else that's going on.
So I should mention you live next to some train tracks too.
Yes.
So every once in a while that goes blazing through here as well.
Yeah. So if you've heard that, yes, it is the train. And you've probably, if you've been on that train, you've probably whizzed right past our house multiple times.
Yeah. Are these? Do we know who made these olives?
We don't. So when I was looking for some marinated olives for the wine bar, I couldn't find what I needed because everything had such a strong flavor. There was like a ton of garlic or a ton of hot peppers.
You can't taste the wine. Oh, this is very nice.
So I found some place that sells cured mixed olives, and then I drained them, dried them, warmed some herbs in some olive oil, and then marinated them myself.
Very nice.
So lightly marinated olive mix. They're Spanish olives.
They're really mild.
And then we just have some homemade sourdough bread. I made some yesterday, and then I made some today. The one that's a little bit more light in color is about, I want to say it's 90% white and 10% wheat. The one that has a little bit more grain is probably about 60% white bread flour, and the rest freshly milled whole grains like kamut, farro, and rye. And there's something else I put in there.
And you said you're milling your own flour.
Not the bread flour. I'll buy the bread flour.
Okay, gotcha.
But any of the whole grains.
Like the spelt and all of that.
If I can
wow,
find
so
them.
cool. I know we're on a farm, so I know I can just throw my pits out, right?
Yeah,
I shouldn't even
isn't
ask.
that awesome?
But I have to say that in case people think I'm being rude, okay? But you're on a farm, you just throw your pits.
Yep.
You just do.
Like spitting watermelon seeds. Done.
Let's see. So you do cheese, you do bread. Have you done olives? I think you said you did olives
I've done
before.
olives.
I mean, the cheese that I saw the other day was like this much more complex thing that's been going on for days, probably like another member of the family or something at this point, having to babysit this thing.
There's a neglected member of the family.
A neglected member of the family. I won't call cheese protective services.
No, it was something like certain cheeses need to be babied and you need to keep focus on them, and I did not.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, that's okay. But again, anything that doesn't make the cut for our table gets fed to the chickens because chickens are omnivores. The pigs are omnivores.
We just learned the chickens are omnivores a second ago. They went straight for the nuts, if you'll forgive me. That's all my brain was saying. It's just like, yep, all right, ladies. Batman gets me. Batman knows what I'm talking about back there. So what I want to ask you is, I mean, you do all of this stuff, you make soap, you raise all of these animals, you run a wine bar. Is there some sort of like time vortex around this property here where the days are actually like 12 hours longer than the rest of ours? Because I could never get half of the stuff done that you would do on any given day. It's amazing.
I mean, some of it's time management, but some of it is just doing it instead of planning to do it.
Like determination, is that what you're saying? You're kind of a pit bull with it and you're just gonna do it. It has to be done.
And with the animals, they have to be cared for every day.
Yeah.
Like, not an option. Like, yeah, there's some days when I sleep in, and there's some times when I've been saving gallons of milk, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have this like big, huge project to do. And I'm like, you know what? It's not gonna happen.
So you do put things off the table.
But then the pigs they'll drink the milk. Done. No way.
It's always folded back in, which is the beauty of a farm like yours. I mean, that is the idea behind what you're trying to do here, is like have everything pretty self-contained. Do you have much like imported energy coming into this farm, or is it pretty self-sustaining?
Oh, no, we're on PG&E propane.
But I mean, as far as like energy for the animals, I mean, like feed and things like that. How much are you able to kind of produce here versus not much out here? Not like fruit and stuff like that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, that's, you know, if we have apricots that come in and the bird has taken a bite out of them, and we're like, ah, shit, all right, then we'll chuck it over.
Because it's a farm, you chuck everything.
Yeah. But for the hogs, we bring in some non-GMO kibble from a mill up in Williams.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're on non-GMO kibble, it's corn-free.
So it's all
chickens
natural,
eat the same
all
thing.
organic, and chickens eat the same
Well,
feed.
it's not organic, it's non-GMO, which is different than organic.
Very good
But
point.
I wanted to go with the non-GMO because if there's a farmer who's raising something that's non-GMO, they're probably also doing it as sustainably as possible, whereas organic can be greenwashed.
So are you one of those farmers that just does it the right way rather than try to get certified as organic, or? Yeah, because I know that a lot of producers, ranchers, and farmers, you jump through all of these hoops, and by the time you get done, I mean, the intent of the organics thing has been so watered down by Congress and lobbyists that it doesn't even mean anything anymore. And so the real producers and artisan, you know, producers and everything, they're doing it their way. They're
and also,
sticking to that philosophy.
We're in the middle of commercial farming. I don't even know if we could ever be considered, even if we wanted to apply.
Good point, yeah.
Because with this, we get an awesome breeze that schools are using down in Dixon, but we get drift.
Yes, yeah. And that's the sort of thing that a city boy like me never even thinks about. I don't even begin to think about it.
Yeah,
You're right. You're surrounded by agribusiness, basically.
And I have no control of it because our zoning is ag, so we can't complain about noise, which is fine because we create some of our own. But you can't complain about anything. So there's certain things that we, you know, like wineries are allowed certain types of events without having to get permits and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
But at the same time, you can't complain if somebody's running a tractor at 6 a.m. because you live in an ag zone.
Or a train goes by and blasts its horn at the crossing or what have you.
Yeah.
It must have just been such a learning curve when you got into this. Did you just kind of start small with a couple of things? I think you mentioned just poultry at first. And
My gateway critter was bees.
that's it. Oh, right.
Honeybees.
Right. That's a good way to put it too. Your gateway critter.
So I joined the beekeeping club. I was the beeless beekeeper when I joined the Oakland Beekeeping Club. And then I went to the meetings. I figured I might as well learn while I'm waiting to find somebody's backyard
a bee.
to keep bees in. And then I got chickens and ducks and June bug, the old goat that's around here somewhere.
Still around. I met June
My
bug the
first
other day.
four-legged.
I see your 3 sheep over here, but they're pretty new, huh?
I got them this past summer from a herd in, I think she's in Sebastopol or Petaluma. They're Navajo Churro sheep. So when I went to Slow Food Nations last summer, I tasted some of their meat. It was phenomenal.
I love being able to do things like that.
It was such, and I swore off ever having sheep because we had them and they were such a pain. But the meat was so good, I was like, okay, look, we'll have meat if the cheese thing doesn't work out. So my plan is to breed them so I can try and figure out how to milk them, incorporate some sheep milk into the cheese that I make or not make. And then if that doesn't work out, they're really tasty.
Yeah.
So, and again, they're a rare breed.
I know you're harvesting the wool from them as well.
I did not. No.
Oh, you did not. Okay.
It was full of burrs because we let them free range out
Gotcha.
here.
Yeah.
When we've got some weeds, they picked up all sorts of burrs, and it's not my wheelhouse.
Because I was picturing you. I mean, you know, when you get a free moment, you can get a loom going out here and start making fabric.
It crossed my mind, and then I was like, no.
Too funny. We should try some of this cheese. It's over here taunting me. Do you mind if I go ahead and cut in from a respectful distance? We're still kind of, I think we're semi 5 feet away from each other here.
And I'm just gonna. Columbard.
Oh, you're going for the
yeah,
Columbard.
Columbard.
Let me throw a fresh. Well.
You can always just.
Oh, thank you so much. So a Columbard.
So,
what can you tell us about a Columbard?
Columbard was widely grown in California to just go into cheap white jug wine, but it makes a phenomenal still wine. There are just a handful of winemakers that do a really nice quality Columbard, and I wanted to have this one because you had mentioned you like Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can't drink wine like without bringing Craig Harmeyer to the table. But then this Columbard is grown in Solano County, so it's local. So I just wanted to kind of bring a little bit of, since we're talking about local, bring a little bit of Solano County wine into the.
Sorry, my eyes started getting glazed over while you were talking. Did you notice?
No.
I'm tasting this cheese over here, and it's just so great.
Okay?
It's really buttery. And it's just super fresh tasting. You made it today. It doesn't get any fresher than that. So delicious. A little crack of pepper on top. I really love it. So we were talking about the sheep over there, and those fellows. Let's talk about the mulefoot hogs. You were telling me the other day that the hog dynasty here might be coming to an end sooner than you maybe wanted it.
Yeah, it's we only have about 3.5 acres, so it's not enough to really do a proper job of pasture rotation because every creature has different water needs and different fencing needs, different height, different tension, different size.
So if you're using it for hogs, the other animals can't really use that space.
Chickens will go in.
Well, chickens,
but
they don't. They'll go anywhere. But the other big guys, I mean, they got to have their own space, right?
Yeah, because goats, well, sheep can't have copper, so I have to be careful what I feed the goats because the sheep are going to eat it as well. But sheep and goats can't eat hog feed because it's got, I think it's too much carbohydrates.
Okay.
There's too much of something in hog feed that if goats eat it, they'll bloat and die.
Got it. Okay.
So
yeah, like it sounds like it's just fermenting in there or something.
Share feed.
Yeah.
So between feed and then water, so even when you combine chickens and ducks, the ducks like to slurp water up and then spit it back out. And so you find chickens will just drink it, will peck at it, but the ducks like to slurp it up, spit it back out, and then suck it back up. And so it ends up becoming murky pretty quickly. Yeah,
and your chickens, if the duck is sick, can the chickens pick up something from them too? I mean, is there any worry about that sort of thing?
I suppose. All of the chickens that we have, I've purchased as chicks because I didn't want to breed my own, and I wanted a variety of rare breeds. So I ordered them specifically by the breed to lay eggs and to be dual breed. Also for temperament and for color eggs, so we would have like the rainbow collection of chicken eggs. So when you purchase chicks online from a hatchery, normally they will come vaccinated for Marek's disease. So Marek's disease is something that I even forget what it does, but that's like when people start breeding chickens in their backyard, they're not vaccinated.
And that's the danger, this particular disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the avian flu, which you can't control because it's also spread by wild birds.
Right.
So unless you have like a completely enclosed pen, but then that defeats the purpose of free range and letting the chickens roam around.
And avian flu is still an ongoing problem.
So we haven't had it here, thank God. But again, we're not a huge commercial outfit, so hopefully, if there has been anything that has hit our flock, there's been something to sustain their health. Something else to sustain their health, and if we've lost a bird, like sometimes chickens just up and die.
Right.
You don't know. It could be that they're egg bound. It could be that they had something, and you don't know.
It's not like you're going to take a chicken to the vet, you know.
Some people do. Some people take their backyard chickens to get autopsy, but it's not the way
Probably
we
not
operate.
common. Yeah, probably not very common. Yeah.
So.
All of this going on, it's just amazing to me that so many people just don't even have any idea what it takes to bring food to your table, and that's one of the big reasons why I was so overjoyed when you kind of reached out to me, and when we were talking about this so long ago. You know,
It's so important, and especially I've been saying that for years. And again, like I didn't grow up on a farm. I didn't do 4-H. I didn't do FFA. I didn't do any of that stuff. I didn't get into farming until I got into seafood. I was a vegetarian for years, and how I got into animal farming was that if I was going to eat meat, I wanted to know how my animal was treated, what it ate, that it lived a good life, and that it met humane slaughter. I was like, the only way to ensure that and to control it is to do it myself.
You can't trust anybody else. And look at where we are now. You know, the big commercial slaughterhouses out there are having so many problems right now. This sustainable model out here it is just where we're going to be getting our safe food. I'm hoping it's the model. Heaven knows where it's all going to go. It may come down to, I hate to kind of be a Debbie Downer, but it may come down to that idea of it's cheaper to provide more calories to people using that agribusiness model over time. But then again,
do we need that many calories?
I know, right? And that's the thing, is like, how many calories do we really need? How many cheeseburgers do you need to consume in a week, right? It's that idea that we really should be leaning towards is looking at meat's more of a side dish, better quality and less of it, right? More of a side dish than a main dish.
And also, when you buy like real food, it's going to nourish you more. It has higher nutritional value. It has nutritional value, not just higher nutritional value.
Right.
Like even with fat. So the Mulefoot hogs are a fattier breed of hogs. They're old-fashioned.
They're a lard breed, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
which is important. I mean,
there's nutrition in that lard, though. It's not bad for you if it's good quality lard. We use it for also. I mean, I make soap out of it, but we render the lard and use it like to cook different things in.
Like you would anything.
With butter.
And believe me, you're preaching to the choir here. I'm all about rendered animal fats and everything like that. I'm not one of those people that gets weird about, oh, it's too much, you're using pork lard or something. The lard from these animals, I mean, I've worked with these Mulefoot hogs before, and it's just so soft. You got to work really, really quick because the fat is so soft. It's softer than butter. It's less saturated than butter, is it not? Right? And so it's just like another thing about working with this stuff is your hands just feel so good afterward. It feels like you've been to a spa treatment or something like that. But very, very digestible, fairly neutral. Yes, I'm enjoying the Colombard. Fairly neutral flavor, and so I can use it for sweet, savory. I can use it in baking. It's really good stuff. And back in the old days, we had these lard breeds back in the old days because we didn't have a bottle of vegetable oil to pour into our pan and cook with.
Yeah.
We had a piece of salt pork.
Well,
and
go
we cut
figure.
a
You
piece
can't
off
run. You can't run to the grocery store to pick up one item.
Totally, yeah.
Like
So
that's
it's
what it
just-
was like back in the 1920s, and it's the same thing today. I mean, we're in the same, not the same, a similar situation
Yeah, we really are.
where you go to you rely less on the grocery store and less on restaurants, and you've got to figure it out yourself at home. Make the most of everything. And people slaughtering is a skill. It's a critical skill because that's how meat gets to your table. It's from
part of our
slaughtering animals.
yeah, it's part of our food chain, right? And we need that part of the food chain, and that's why it's so scary right now, seeing that link in the chain kind of disappear. There are a lot of people out there, and I just worry that the small farm concept it's limited. People like the food community. We have connections and we know who to talk to, but I'm thinking of others that don't have those options, and it's very scary when I think of where we're going because no one quite knows. And I'm a big pessimist. I try to keep it light. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to do everything perfectly. Just start small.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
like we don't have a huge farm and we don't have breeding stock for every different rare chicken we have, it's more than, like, one is more than none. And so if you can do one thing in the direction that is slightly more sustainable, slightly more nutritious, you're spending a little bit more to support a local farmer or a local butcher.
There it is. Yeah.
You don't have to do everything and change your entire lifestyle. You just do one thing differently. One thing is, a step in the right direction.
And that's how we support these local, regional food systems, right?
And there's a lot of options now. It's been awesome how the community has come together. But again, we're lucky we're in Northern California, so we're surrounded by small farms.
One of the greatest culinary regions in the world. I say it all the time. We are blessed where we live. It really is fabulous. You can't touch it anywhere on the planet. Provence, France, you can have it, right? Sacramento region.
I don't know, but I'm thinking like, well, maybe they tell everybody that they've got California style weather.
Yeah, maybe they do. But just what you're doing, I just applaud it, and I hope people out there watching got a pretty good idea of, a little bit of an idea of what it takes to kind of be a modern, small farmer these days, an independent farmer that's trying to raise animals in the right way and bring them to your table and provide something unique and delicious and the idea that you folks at home can support that just by when you see those particular items, you purchase those items. When you see them on restaurant menus, a lot of restaurants put the names out there of where they source those meats. Hey, look for Grabish Farms and look for other small farm producers out there and support them. That's what this is all about. That's the way we support our local regional food system, and that's how we get through this all together, right? Amy, do you have anything to offer so we can kind of drink the rest of this wine and we'll get rid of everybody here and drink the rest of it?
Well, I'm a big fan of Dave's, so I took a class of his. It was the stocks and broths.
Oh, so okay,
raising animals,
right.
And we have a freezer full of different kinds of bones and stuff. I've been making stocks and broths. I pressure can them and save them, but I was never really happy with their quality because I just kind of did it haphazardly and was like, it's shelf stable. So when I saw a lot of the classes that he taught at the SAC co-op back when we could
I was doing that for a while. Yeah, back in those days.
I was like, this is what I feel people need to know. It's basic cooking skills, but it's the theme and variation. Once you've got the basics, then you can grow from there, adapt your own style, start to figure out how you like to eat, what you've got in your pantry, and go from there. But it's a skill set. It's not making a perfect meal from an exact recipe. It's a skill set and the confidence that you can go and cook whatever you want. And then you combine that with supporting local and using nutritious foods that are locally raised, that are seasonal, that are in season. That's what it used to be. I have to say, that's what poor people did.
That's what poor people did.
Hundreds of years ago.
Like our grandparents were all poor people back then, and that's how they were eating.
And I see a lot of pushback against organic and locally raised because it's more expensive and people think they're going to get a discount from the farmer. That's not the case. That's the price and the cost of real food. It's not the price of stuff that comes out of a factory farm that goes through a ginormous processing plant. It comes from a small farm, it's local, you're supporting your neighbor, and your neighbor is probably making all the right decisions. Like whether it's us, there are a ton of other small farmers out here, but it's having the confidence and making the choice to support them, and then having the skill set to make the most nutritious meal you can to feed your family, to feed yourself, and utilizing the most of anything that you get. So again, like if you get a carcass, you're going to make several different dishes with one bird, with one tiny, puny bird.
It's pretty scrawny, yeah.
But it's not just making them; it's going to taste good too, and it's going to be nutritious.
We were saying earlier, no one's seen a dish like this since France in 1850s, right? This is like a stringy old rooster done in wine with. I'm also using some of the mule foot hog bacon in this as well. Yeah, this is going to be true farm to fork.
So
yeah.
It requires a skill set that not a lot of people have anymore.
Yeah, which worries me.
And I don't even have you know, a lot of the basic skills because home ec, I was like, that's what girls do.
It is what girls do.
And
But I love that though.
so
I'm all about what
offended.
the ladies do. I don't hang with guys. I love the ladies.
But you know what? It's a total different story now.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and especially now.
Yeah.
So trying to waste as little as possible, trying to make the most of everything that we have, make it nutritious, feed your family, and it doesn't need to cost $1 million.
No.
It's not about being all fancy pants organic. It's about doing the right thing and making some fantastic food. So, and it requires a skill set brought to you by Mr. Dave Nelson.
And Heritage Foods raised by Amy Grabish. We should call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. That was our Quarantine Kitchen Happy Hour for the day.
Yeah.
Tune in
Thank
on,
you.
yes, thank you. Tune in on Friday morning. I'm going to be cooking that bird up on Facebook Live. You know where to find me. And it's going to be awesome. So we will see you there, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the party is always, always, always in the kitchen. Take care.
Ciao.
Ciao, bella.